So today I have to tell you guys probably the craziest story of my life. So I'm in a music video that dropped today and I didn't really know how to begin this story, but I guess I'll start with a little bit of a backdrop. I used to be incredibly into acting. If you didn't know, this channel actually used to be an acting channel. That Sophia Kid was originally like an acting tutorial YouTube channel. You can go back to my first videos, you'll clearly see that it's incredibly embarrassing, and I thought I was an acting teacher of some sort. My dream was to live in LA. I now live in LA, but I didn't necessarily move out here for acting. I moved out here for a multitude of reasons. The reason why I make these vlogs and such is because I love music videos. I love music, and I walk down the street and I don't see life, I see a music video playing. My life dream was to be in a music video. Actually, I would go to like meetings with Hollywood people and like go to my management and like everyone would be like, Sonya, so like what do you want to do this year? What brands do you want to work with? Like what designers, what traveling do you want to do? And I'm just sitting there like, honestly, the only thing I want to do right now is be that girl in the music video. Like that's the only thing I really kind of dreamed and like wanted to do with a burning passion. I mean, obviously I have other dreams, but the law of attraction says that whatever you're attracted to, what you think, you become. If you think you're depressed, if you think you're sad, if you think you're dying, if you think your life is pointless, your life will inevitably, obviously be pointless and stupid and depressed and blah, blah, blah. But if you put yourself genuinely in a mindset of happiness, of passion, of strength, and going towards the things that you love, then that's the only thing your mind is focused on, and that's the only thing you will see, and therefore it's the only thing that will come towards you. Because obviously if you're in a good place of mind, if you believe in yourself and if you're strong, you won't let the shit in society get into you, because you're like, no, I have a goal, I have a path, so I don't need all of that. But if you want something, surround yourself with everything that'll help you get to that goal, and your goal will come true without you even thinking you tried. Because I don't believe that I worked to get into this music video. Anyway. So the story goes like this. I was going to the People Wants to Watch event with Maybelline. So I was working with Maybelline for the event and I was there and I had to like sit. I don't know, it was just a crazy, surreal experience with like literally dozens and dozens and dozens of paparazzi calling out your name. I'm not a celebrity. It was just a really weird experience and cool. I go in and a lot of people were actually complimenting me on my outfit. Thanks to you guys because you voted for that outfit. But this girl comes up to me and she's like, and compliments me on my outfit. And I'm like, oh, thank you very much. And she goes, are you a model? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, like sometimes I'm a model, I'm a blogger, like I do a bunch of stuff. She's like, oh, okay, because we're looking for this girl in the music video and we think you could be like really good for the role. And at that moment I was like, I literally said to her, I'm like, are you God? Like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Is this real right now? Because that's the only thing my mind was focused on at the time. And literally a stranger came up to me and offered me my dream. Like, what? And she's like, here, come, I'll introduce you to the artist. So I go up there and I meet the artist, but I didn't actually know who she was. And she's like, our last music video had like 14 million views on YouTube, maybe you know it, Girls Like Girls. And at that moment, I was like, I think I walked away. I was like, no, you're not real. You're not actually doing this to me right now. Because if you didn't know, Hayley Kiyoko, the artist of Girls Like Girls, she wasn't actually in the music video. But if you're on Tumblr, if you're on the internet, you have inevitably seen the music video Girls Like Girls. When I saw it, I literally fell so deeply in love with the music video and the story behind it and the message behind it that I bookmarked it on my iPhone because I wanted to rewatch it every day because it was so amazing. I like literally sent it to all of my friends like, oh my god, watch this. And it's just crazy how at that time, like the music video I was so in love with, the artist comes up to me and offers for me to be in her next music video. Like my mind was literally blown. Flash forward, next week we start meeting in person, we had like a coffee date. That's when the reality of acting kind of kicked in for me because the role of the character, which you can watch the video after, it's now out. The role of the character, the relationship is a very emotional one. It goes from very highs to very lows. And me, despite being a very internally emotional person, I'm not, actually I don't think I'm that emotional. I mean, I don't know. But basically, the thing with me is I don't express anger. I've had a lot of my life experiences have taught me that having arguments and screaming and yelling and expressing your emotions in violent ways has absolutely no use whatsoever. So if there's an argument, I will talk it through and I'll be calm about it because there's just no use in putting your energy towards anger, I feel like. But the thing is, when you're acting, it doesn't really matter who you are as a person because you are no longer you, you are somebody else. We had to do 4 different acting classes and kind of rehearsals with Haley. If you didn't know, like, a lot of preparation goes into music videos. I mean, and for hers at least, because hers is not a music video, it's literally like, it's like a short film almost, I feel like. And we actually had a script. We had like a 2-page script that we had to read. I know in the music video you don't hear me speaking, but I was actually saying lines that I had to memorize. The day before we actually started filming the music video, we had the last rehearsal, and I went home from that rehearsal crying. I literally wanted to give up. I was like sobbing. I was having panic attacks in my car driving home. Because I felt so much pressure put on me to be not perfect, but I know how much this music video means to Haley. I don't know, because I got to know Haley a little bit and I understand how much this music video means to her. And I understand that you can't half-ass anything in this world, especially when you're put into an industry like, I mean, the Hollywood film scene, everyone here is ultra talented. And you can't half-ass your rehearsals, you can't half-ass anything. You have to put your heart and soul into it. Even if that means embarrassing the shit out of yourself and screaming at rehearsals, like literally screaming your brains off, like throwing yourself on the floor, banging on the floor because that's part of your scene. If you have to go that far to get those emotions out of you, you have to. You can't just be like, oh, that's embarrassing, I'm not gonna do that. If you don't wanna do that, then get the hell out of here. Very challenging for me to leave that part of me that's like, I don't wanna embarrass myself, do you know what I mean? I had to leave that part behind me, which was, I had to force myself to do things that were incredibly uncomfortable for me, like screaming. And I know for some people modeling and acting and all this kind of stuff seems very glamorous. The outcome is glamorous, but the process is probably one of the most uncomfortable things you will ever have to do. But the thing that I've learned in my life is that if it's not uncomfortable, it's not worth it. If you're not put into an uncomfortable situation, you're not learning, you're not growing, and you're not becoming a better person. So I love and respect Haley so much for putting so much pressure on me, because I understand that that's what makes me grow, and that's what makes me a better person, that's what makes me a better actor. If I'm just sitting here on my couch, like doing my blog posts, Instagramming, that's not uncomfortable for me. I know how to do that, and I know how to do it well. But when I start doing things that I don't know how to do well, like acting, like certain modeling things, some people ask me why a few past of my photo shoots have been like topless or whatever. It's not because I think I'm sexy or whatever, it's because I find it uncomfortable. It's because I spent my entire life being incredibly prude. But the reason I do these things is because it takes me outside of my comfort zone, and then I get over that uncomfort, and then I just feel like a more well-rounded person. Also, acting, you kind of have to put yourself in situations where you remember past moments of yours, because in order for you to put these emotions out there, if you're having a car fight scene, if you're crying, if you're yelling or whatever, you have to think back to a time in your life when you were incredibly sad, when you were incredibly angry. You have to force yourself to remember these very negative, painful situations in your life. Actually brings the pain back. You have to go through shit in your life if you want to be a good actor. I feel like sometimes I just get myself into weird situations because I'm like, I know this will be a good story and I know I'll learn from this. At some point I felt like a lot of the shit that I went through in the past year actually helped me become more experienced for this music video. Which at the time, obviously, I would have never foresaw that. So you never know if the things that you're going through right now are actually for better use in the future. Also thought I would probably outline, because I know I'll get stupid comments about this, or maybe it's not stupid, I don't know, but no, I'm not a lesbian. But I guess if you think that I'm a lesbian from the music video, then thank you, I guess that means I played it well. I don't know, it was just seriously the most surreal experience of my life, and those 2 days, we actually shot 2 days in Lake Arrowhead, which was up in the mountains, and it was freezing cold. We ended up shooting until like 2 a.m. one day, and it was raining and it was cold, but after when I went home back to LA, I'm like, shit, I want to go back. Because those moments in your life when you're so in the moment, even if you're freezing cold, even if you're working and doing something that's incredibly uncomfortable, those are the moments when you live presently. You don't think in your head like, what am I doing tomorrow? What am I eating for lunch tomorrow? You're in the now, and when you're in the now, you're living life. So, I don't know, I'm incredibly excited to see where this music video goes, and because I know Haley's watching this. Haley, I love the shit out of you, and I respect you so much, and I'm so grateful for you. And I know that Haley thinks that she was incredibly hard on me and super mean to me, but I appreciate her honesty and I appreciate her realness, because her realness made me a better person. I don't like people treating me like a princess and being nice to me. I like people being real with me and pushing my limits to make me a better person, because those are the people that care about you. Go watch the music video, I'll leave it in the down bar. It's not called the down bar, it's called the description bar. Have a great day, follow your dreams, don't give up, and I love you.